somebody's really gonna get hurt.
Good times, great drama, and the televised kings and queens of comedy. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 African American shows.
Wait a minute. Is Graves the black dude?
Yes, but
Why didn't you say something sooner?
because your mouth got in the way.
For this list, the table is open to all your favorite African American programs. However, for criteria purposes, we're excluding cartoons like the Boondocks.
You wanna play rough? Okay.
Along with sketch comedy shows such as In Living Color.
Welcome to the Homeboy Shopping Network.
And Chappelle Show.
Thank y'all for coming. White power!
Number 10, Empire.
You're more like a mentor to him, like Diana Ross did for the Jackson 5.
Who's Diana Ross?
While some of the more celebrated African American shows of the past tackled social issues of the day, this Fox hit represents an old school way of thought coming to grips with a variety of modern topics.
And now it's impossible for the disenfranchised kids growing up in the projects to overcome poverty the way that I did. We are gonna change all of that.
With Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson functioning as the heads of a hip-hop record label, Lee Daniels' atypical drama always has viewers talking to their television sets while sharing their excitement via social media.
You are going to be a much better king now that you have to fight for it.
Fight for what?
Have you ever heard of a hostile takeover?
Empire touches on classic themes, yet it's the fresh and timely vibe that easily connects with its core demographic.
Tell Tiana what you think of her.
Forget about Tiana. She just jealous.
Hey, baby. This is your boy Hakeem Lion, the original rap gangster.
Number 9, Living Single.
If there's anybody who's gonna provide any comfort right now, it's gonna be me, all right?
Woo, woo, woo. In the beginning, this Brooklyn-based comedy was placed by Fox in between two already established hits, Martin and Married with Children, and by way of its foursome of magnetic leads, including Queen Latifah.
Girl, Max is up here, she hot, yo! She right here, come here!
The narrative catered to an African-American audience while slowly reeling in those waiting to see the antics of the Bundy family.
Girl is fabulous. I've turned it into a little French hideaway.
Apparently so hidden, your ass can't seem to find it.
This show focuses on a group of 6 friends and the adventures that come with their careers and relationships, or lack thereof.
I will never, ever drink again.
Ooh, Max, who are you sorry you spent the night with?
Often compared to other New York City-based sitcoms from the 90s like Friends, this series provided a more relatable, realistic take on city life in your 20s.
Anything you have to say to me, you can say in front of my girls.
Fine, will you have dinner with me tonight?
Yes!
Pick you up at 7.
Number 8, Family Matters.
Did I do that?
Originally spawning from the Chicago-based sitcom Perfect Strangers, this iconic series initially focused on the Winslow family. That is, until one particularly unique individual came knocking.
Hi, Mr. Winslow. I'm Steve Urkel.
As part of the interconnected ABC landscape that was TGIF, Steve Urkel made numerous appearances on other shows, thus broadening the brand of the characters and series.
The trick is to make them laugh with you before they laugh at you. And always remember, hold your head up high. Otherwise, those suckers will slide right off your nose.
This continued to increase the lovable nerd's popularity, who in later seasons became the show's main character. Throughout the series' 9-year run, the inherent familial atmosphere touched a chord with African Americans looking for more than the prototypical white family dealing with white issues.
Very funny.
Number 7, The Bernie Mac Show.
Hey, look at that, look at that. Look at that big ass donut. Anybody want a big ass donut?
Years before his untimely death at the age of 50, a Chicago-born comedian kicked off the new millennium by starring as a man faced with new challenges after his sister enters rehab.
Hey kids, it's your Uncle Bernie.
Let's say this. To know the humor of Bernie Mac is to know the essence of The Bernie Mac Show, as he often drew inspiration from his stand-up routines.
You can take the kids, but you can't take my babies.
Bernie keeps it real when he takes in his sister's kids, which allows for a touch of poignant emotion to shine through every once in a while.
You never showed up?
Oh yeah, he showed up.
Showed up late.
Truly a sitcom to root for, The Bernie Mac Show presented a hilarious realism through its provocative yet heartwarming lead.
Yeah, Uncle Bernie tired. Can you play by yourself today?
Okay, I'll get the scissors.
No, baby. Don't get no scissors.
Number 6, Good Times.
Hey, it's very important for black people to know where they come from, too.
You know, Michael, it's more important to know where they going.
A spin-off of Maude, which was in turn a spin-off of All in the Family. This sitcom about a family living in an inner-city housing project instigated some uproarious good times for viewers in the 70s and beyond.
6'2", shoulders out to here, and a smile that lit up the night. And he mugged me.
Yet another iconic series rooted in the cityscapes of Chicago. Mainstream audiences found a catchphrase and quirky character in Jimmy Walker's JJ. But Good Times was far more than just a formulaic vehicle for the actor.
Hey, I knew everything would be all right between the granddad and dad of kid Dynamite!
The show's blue-collar aesthetics pinpointed the realities of high-rise living in less than modest circumstances.
Talk about pulling a hustle one more time, James Jr., and I'm gonna tie a knot in your tongue.
True to its title, the Evans family always made the best of any situation. Number 5, Sanford and Son.
Is he a brother?
No, but what difference does it make?
Well, it make a whole lot of difference to me.
Created by Norman Lear, the producer behind Good Times and numerous landmark sitcoms of the era. Here's a series that would probably make a few millennial heads explode if they began watching today.
Now, Melvin, you know good and well, before the Puerto Ricans moved to Harlem, that there was not one cockroach in Harlem.
But hey, this was the 70s, and there was no better actor to play the grumpy Fred G. Sanford than Mr. Red Fox.
You big dummy.
Based in Los Angeles, Sanford and Son showcases a tough love approach to the father-son relationship, and how being real involves not only talking the talk, but walking the walk as well.
Sir, won't you at least hear me out?
If you do your talking while you're walking. Bye.
Fred and his son Lamont weren't perfect, and that's why they were a breath of fresh air in a world of more picture-perfect family productions.
Oh, this is the biggest one I ever had. You hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
Number 4, Martin.
Until you came into my life.
Back in the early 90s, word on the street was that you had to sit your butt down for this unforgettable Fox sitcom starring one of the best stand-up comics of the time.
What? Isn't the Knicks or somebody playing basketball? What?
Playing a Detroit DJ known for being, difficult, Martin Lawrence satirized African-American cliches while keeping it raw in the process.
Well, one thing they won't mistake you for is a winner because you're not the right color.
With Tisha Campbell as the female lead, Martin presented all too familiar scenarios of love and other demons.
What is it?
That's a candle that burns for your love.
Complemented by various characters played by Martin himself, and you know who we're talking about.
You do not know me, okay? You do not know me. I will bust your ass, huh?
And if you don't, you better get to stepping.
Can you kiss me? Just like you did that little light-skinned girl at house party.
Number 3, The Jeffersons.
Hold it, Diane. We are the Jeffersons.
Back in the day, old George and Louise Jefferson emerged on All in the Family. But they ultimately moved on up to solidify themselves as the preeminent African-American couple on network TV for a full decade.
Look, Weezy, you got to be that way to get by in that jungle out there. So stop arguing and get my lunch. It's your jungle, George. Get your own coconut.
As you can imagine, The Jeffersons featured some eye-opening dialogue, yet Norman Lear's production offered accessible comedy for all to enjoy.
That was a dumb thing to do.
Your pop's right.
First time today.
You could always rely on The Jeffersons to shine a new light on familiar subjects, and to make some political statements about race issues in the 70s.
That dumb landlord is giving us a bad time, and we're gonna do something about it, right?
This long-running sitcom ushered in a new age of entertainment, paving the way for future shows and their depictions of African-American families.
George, have I ever told you you have a nice voice?
No.
Now you know why.
Number 2, The Cosby Show.
And you're gonna do it because I said so.
I am your father. I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out.
Of course, Father Time has now altered the perception of this show's infamous lead. But for decades upon decades, Bill Cosby functioned as the figurative father for a generation of African Americans.
Why don't we give them a year, and if it doesn't work, then they can reapply.
Focused on the complexities of the well-to-do, Brooklyn-based Huxtable family, The Cosby Show picked up the torch from the Jeffersons while complementing Bill Cosby's recognized comedic skills with a youthful supporting cast.
Elvin, we're married now. You can call him Dad.
May I? No.
Oh, and don't forget the grounding force of The Cosby Show, Felicia Rashad.
Sandra, you owe us $79,648.22, and I want my money now.
All in all, this series delivered the laughs and always came through with a message to contemplate, leading viewers on a journey to an entirely different world in the show's spin-off.
Denise, would you like to dance?
Wow, thanks, Chip. I'd love to. I'm one of those Brooklyn Huxtables.
Before we unveil our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
I got on the basketball team, and I need to learn how to play by tomorrow.
The basketball team? Man, are you crazy? You know you don't know how to play.
Didn't I say that?
It's Charles. What's Charles doing here?
I don't know. Maybe he killed Tony and he's looking for a place to hide out.
It started out to be a dress. I made it out of odds and ends, and it's odd where it ends.
Cedric, I'd like some coffee. Do you mind? Sure, Steve?
A cappuccino would be just fabulous.
I guess it would.
Look. I have a plan to offset my spending.
Okay.
All right? I'm gonna start mowing our own lawn. Big Dre got that.
Same way Big Dre handled our money?
#1, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. As a testament to the content and execution of its material, this unforgettable series holds up better than most sitcoms of the past couple of decades.
You're like the big brother I never had.
Oh, what are you talking about? You got You're right, I see your point.
While the viewers initially tuned in for Will Smith, they stayed because of the supporting cast, brilliant writing, and the show's perpetual willingness to push the envelope.
But the world can be a scary place. You just gotta learn how to deal with it, all right?
Yeah, well, I found my way.
That's not you, man. That's them.
In essence, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air stayed true to the African-American shows that came before, but all involved seemed intent on truly educating the audience while establishing a standalone brand of incomparable comedy.
Uncle Phil, I got your back. Well, I got like half your back, because your back is like straight.
With no shortage of Carlton dance sequences.
It's not unusual to be loved.
Do you agree with our list?
Not in this millennium.
Definitely.
What's your favorite African-American show?
And for you, sir, Elf magazine.
For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
This record is powerful. It just might make this world a better place for you and me.